And welcome back to another live stream here on the Twitch.tv / the Xisuma. Streaming, hopefully with a fixed setup. Because I spent the last 2 days redoing my streaming setup for OBS. Redoing all of the emotes. The sounds may now also be fixed somehow, some way. Yeah, but I'm also a little bit nervous because things might not work as planned. Now, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Everstory, thank you for 56 months. How long has it been? How long has it been since we've heard that? You know, piano sounds? Yeah, what's up with the music? Wait. I'm not seeing something come through on the mixer. Let's check. Check this thing over here. I mean, this. Hey, sounds. Drew Dude, thank you for 42 months. My dude. My Drew Dude. Now, according to this, it's good. Okay, no, it is there on the mixer. It's very faint. I'm not sure. Actually, no, it looks normal to me. I don't know. Like, moving from one program to the other, like, sounds and stuff might be just different. Siberian Wolf, thank you so much for 24 months. 28 even. Oh, New Noises, how are you doing this fine evening? Doing pretty good, thanks for asking, my dude. Pretty good. We're standing in front of the project we're going to do on the stream. I think I might change the copper bulbs. That was one idea. So I'm going to go grab some bulbs, grab some terracotta. I need to get some blue dye. Is the man Efo online? Because I need to just get a cornflower farm. And I'm like, did I write dawn? Oh dear. Only took years as Digital Chaos. Well, the sounds thing was interesting because I found what the issue was, and I feel like it was something we had gone over. So I don't know why fixing it, when I say we, I meant me and support. Like, I don't know why it's there now. Hype train begins with an animation, right? No? It's not playing? Oh. But I made it work earlier. Why would that not work now? Let's have a quick look. Okay, this is predictable though, right? It kind of looks like it should work. I'll press the button again. Maybe it double pressed, like... No, this is the iPad. That should be fine. Okay. Minor hiccup, didn't even change anything. Okay, well, there you go. You know, animations are back. So what happened was there were two things that I'm sure I've touched before. You have to set the monitoring of the channel up correctly. I'm sure I've done that. And then you also have to isolate a audio source inside of Windows's setup. And I'm sure I'd done both these things before, but when moving everything across, I just went over it again, changed the settings, and bam, all of a sudden it works the way it's supposed to. So it was kind of strange. It was like, this is what we had tried to fix before, but now it's good. I mean, I fixed it on both slobs and OBS, not just on one, so maybe something somewhere changed, you know? We got a free stream streak. Alan, thanks for tuning in again. You watched Project Hail Mary yesterday and you're still blown away. Molox, did you read the book? Because I was chatting to a friend who wasn't impressed with it. And some of the things they said about the Rocky character kind of made me realize that by reading the book, I think I'd really like enrich the movie for myself. So I'm curious for like people who are going out and seeing Project Hail Mary. Are people who've read the book having a better time? Like sometimes people read the book and then they go to the cinema and hate it, right? Like, for me, I kind of look back on the movie now and I think about its pacing, and I realized that you listen to the audiobook, yeah, same as me. Like, it made me realize that there were gaps to fill in that I could fill in. It's very, very close to the book. It is, but the pace, there's so much more it could have had in it, you know? So much more. You're gonna watch it tomorrow. You read the book 2.5 years ago. It'll all come flooding back, I tell you. It'll all come flooding back. What we're doing, currently, I'm just kind of like monitoring what's going on because of the stream setup and stuff, right? Like the emotes are working again. What emote is most appropriate right now? I know what one exactly right now. We're 5 minutes into a stream. This is the most appropriate emote going, and look, it works. Lady Kathy, thank you for your 12 months. Very much appreciated. We've got CBY coming in with a 40 stream streak. Thanks for tuning in over and over again. Cryptid Brie as well for 10 of them. Brilliant. Love to see it. The pacing was just amazing. It was the first movie in a long time that didn't feel rushed as much. I'd disagree with you a little bit there. I feel like they could have maybe got more out of the first, like, third to a half of the movie. I felt like a lot of that was quite fast. They didn't really linger much on him, like his memory and recovering. It felt quite choppy. But again, like the book filled in those gaps for me, you see. I think that could have been a 3-hour movie. Callie with the 80 stream streak. So you can see what streaks now, huh? Yeah, I can. I might disable it though. I don't know. Like, or maybe just acknowledge the big numbers or something like that. I don't know. It's like a new thing that I can see where I've redone stuff. Wild Chaos 87, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the stream. Do I have the bulbs in here? I'm kind of 42. I'm kind of low on those top tier bulbs, right? I might end up having to visit a trial chamber before long, just to mine it for resources. Do I have a cache of blaze rods? I kind of feel like I got a bunch earlier in the season. I don't have a blaze farm. I got a bunch, and then it felt like I had loads, and then bit by bit you start using a bit here, using a bit there. Before you know it, you run out. Look at this. Won't be long and I'll run out. What are the other ingredients to a bulb? Isn't it like redstone? Yeah, it is. It's just redstone. So, got some right there. So with that, I can use up all of it. Bam. That should last me a while. That should last me a minute. Terracotta was the other resource that I needed. We shall grab some terracotta. I mean, I won't need more than 32 for the time being. Yep, I went and stocked up. And then we need that dye. I wonder if Scar has some dye. How much am I going to need here as well? 1, 2, 3. Probably no more than that. Angry Canine, 83 months. Appreciate it, my dude. 113. Sorry, yeah, 113 months. I need to read the whole message before I start talking. Howdy X, hope all is well. Looking forward to another 131 months on my stream. Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? That would be wild. Yeah, 131 months. We celebrated our 11-year anniversary. So May School is on, I think, 132, right? You and Mace are like just around since day dot. It's crazy. Hey, do you remember that emote that I played a minute ago? I should probably play it again because we want to play lots of emotes. You know, because we got them back. But now it's 9 minutes. Oh dear. Oh my god, so good. And it warms up my hands. Lovely. The thing is, I feel that Grace's retrograde amnesia doesn't really contribute anything to the story in the book. It's nothing more than a very convenient telling device, so I didn't miss it in the movie at all. True, it is definitely a device. I maybe like my memory of the book is a little different, but I felt like the beginning of the movie, the pace, the way it cut, you know, from this camera angle to that one, then to the past, then back to the future. Like it felt like It was quite choppy and fast-paced. Another bit that I thought was a little fast-paced was learning to talk with Rocky, because of course the movie kind of skips over the whole decoding of the musical language, but for pacing reasons, I can see why. And the only other thing about it that I didn't like is there's a jump scare when you first meet Rocky, and it felt a little out of place because it's not a horror movie. I guess for a moment there's a like lurking feeling of like what is this thing? So if you could put a jump scare anywhere, it makes sense they did it there. But I just didn't like that there was a cheap jump scare in it, you know? Just a, you know, there's the fist and the loud sound kind of thing. It startled you too, yeah. A cheap jump scare. Yeah, Digital Chaos. So this was something I observed, probably around the early noughties. But scary movies, the jump scares, they used to sort of build up to them. There used to be like a lot of tension, and then something would jump out and scare you, hence jump scare. But then going into the noughties, a lot of horror movies started to do the jump scare sort of a little more out of the blue. And then it kind of hinged more on scary sound and a thing that's now on the screen for a split second, or like a suggestion of the thing. And it kind of cheapened the idea a little bit, because you can actually just scare someone with a loud sound. And it used to be that you would scare them with the sort of drama and the build up and the tension. And I wasn't a big fan of them. Not at all. Like slowly pulling a spring and letting go versus it springing out randomly. Yeah, if you've not seen a lot of horror, yeah, that's an interesting analogy. It's just a case of the feeling as a viewer of the tension, the spookiness. It builds up towards something, and then, you know, maybe like the axe murderer appears. That was kind of the old jump scare. And then over time, it sort of transitioned to, like, you know, two people are talking and there's a little bit of quiet, and then it cuts to a different camera angle and there's like a guy at the window with a knife, and it's like bang, like big sound, you know. Does Scary Movie count as a scary movie? I think it technically doesn't. Films are running out of ideas to scare people. Maybe. Maybe. I don't buy into certain narratives, and I feel like that sounds like one of them. Like, I don't buy into the whole everything is a remake, because a little studying of history will show you that that is basically what it is always been. We keep retelling stories over and over again. When cinema first came around, cinema was often critiqued for copying books and adapting books and fairy tales and stuff, right? Like, this idea that there's loads of unique originalness just floating out there that people aren't creating is a bit of a myth, in my opinion. It's more like there's, you know, a constant retelling of ideas and stuff. Like, is Project Hail Mary a really, you know, unique, fresh, new movie? I mean, first of all, it's an adaptation of a book. But, like, there's a whole history of sci-fi behind it. That, you know, when I saw that movie, a couple of scenes in it also reminded me of, oh my God. You know when something's on the tip of your tongue? I've got, like, the name of the movie and the name of the person who directed it. Stanley Kubrick directed it. Space Odyssey 2001. Like, there are scenes in Project Hail Mary that really reminded me of that movie and could have potentially actually been a little bit of a tribute to it. So it could be easy to, like, watch sci-fi movies and then be like, oh, this Stanley Kubrick, what a genius. But then if you go back to his era, there's probably stuff that he built his ideas on, you know. If you're around at the time, this one, you know, Stanley's movies would have reminded you of other ones that came before it. I could build one. Right now I seem to have lost my appetite for building silly little farms. Nothing wrong with taking inspiration for other stuff, just don't copy it 100%. Heart gamer, yeah, that's the attitude, right? Like, no intentional copying. Sometimes copying can exist in the form of, like, you know, you saw something a long time ago, and then it comes back out quite similar to what you actually saw back then, but, like, you know, the process of the person creating it should be about them having, like, an authentic creative experience. Oh, I just reminded myself of a little sign I wanted to do while we wait for this glass to cook up. Someone is burning wires and the fumes is hurting your throat. That sounds really bad, like chemically stuff burning, wires and whatnot. Dude, get out of there. Get out of that situation. You know you've been inspired by a lot of stuff growing up and it has definitely influenced your own things. I would almost argue that that's all it can ever be, right? Like, I don't believe in true uniqueness or true sort of individual out of nowhere inspiration. I believe like we are the sum of our parts and all the things we experience. So whatever someone creative is doing, it is coming from, you know, their collective experiences. Or collected, maybe is the right word. Did he further respond to you, Xisuma, about the cornflower? Because I don't think he was online. I'm pretty sure Etho has one, right? Why would this... Is there like another crucial one here that's... Oh, this one at the front is pretty crucial. Right, that makes sense. Nice to see this thing fill up. Did I leave it running? No, I didn't. Is it broken? No. I gotta say, after seeing Corralis's bone meal farm, where there was just like blocks upon blocks, I have a feeling that this one, although going through the process of creating it and seeing how it works was really good, it might just not be as effective as it initially appears. I have a feeling that might be the case. Please fly around to update Voxy chunks. I don't have Voxy. I don't use Voxy. Right, getting another pair of shears is a problem for future Xisuma. Screw that guy, right? Oh yeah, turn it off first. Screw that guy. What did he ever do for me? My great bush idea was so clever. Thank you. I bet you someone else has already figured that one out in the community. In fact, it sort of felt to me like the thing where it seems so obvious that surely, maybe even someone on Hermitcraft's done that before. I've seen that plenty of times, you know. Someone introduces people to something and there's a sort of reaction to think like, oh wow, this crazy new idea, and it's like, well, it's Minecraft. Someone out there's probably done it before you. But it was certainly a nice idea to have pop into your head. Yeah, I thought the notes might look really cool having like a little bit of an ambient glow. Like my wheels coming in with the Prime subscription. Thanks so much, my dude. 27 months. You never get tired of Minecraft. It's always fun after 11 years, and it's great to have people like you to watch for inspiration. Thank you. I'm in the exact same boat. I'm playing after 11. Well, for me it's more like 15 years, but it's, yeah, you're watching other people and getting inspired. Like my wheels. Thank you, my dude. This game is awesome, right? It's like a forever game, which they're now saying the mysterious they. You really like the pink coral with the flowering azalea. Yeah, that sounds like a nice combo. Wait, isn't actually, that's the one that we did over there. Forgetting my combos. Pink into 7 streams in a row. Welcome, my dude, saying the grind never stops. It never stops. Do you guys get to, like, if you have a stream streak... Oh, look at all this cornflower over here. We're going to end up building a farm, I got a feeling. Do you guys get to, like, send a message? Does it give you an option Are you like told you're on a stream streak and here's your message? Yes, that's why I mentioned it's a hot guy. Well, now I don't know if you're replying to the message I literally just said. I feel like that's too soon. If you hit milestone, Dev says yeah. Chimera even says yeah. Tyler says yes. I think now, yeah, okay. I think we're on the same. Autumn is here with a 10 stream streak. Look, I have a streak. Okay, that's cool to know that Twitch does that because I can acknowledge it. I think I would like to set like a bit of a threshold though, like maybe like 11. You know, 10's a bit lame. Autumn, you know, 10's like I tried but I missed some. 11's so much better. You know what's a really good number? 5. Flash Frost, thank you for 5 stream streak. Absolutely epic right there. Autumn knows I'm joking, people. Hey, I see that emote in chat. I see that emote in chat. I'd never do such a thing. I'd never do such a thing, chat. I'm completely authentic and honest at all points in time. Yeah, I think being able to set a threshold would be cool. Glowing Orange, thank you for the 10 stream streak. But I didn't notice that on Twitch. Kate Stack, thank you for 4 months. Very much appreciated. Coming back with the Prime. I like it. There's a bunch of streakers in here, that is. Unwoven Rainbow says tea reminder. Actually, I've finished drinking it. Like, there's a sip left if I want it, but it's like that. It's like that dodgy sip at the bottom where you're like, this might backfire. I think what I might just do is go build one. Like, look at this right here. There's cornflowers everywhere. If we go underground a little bit and just build one. Well, speak of the devil, I'm about to build a farm. I'm about to build a farm, and the man saves us from it, I guess. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the mood. May I steal? His farm senses are tingling. Who? Ethos? Mine aren't. I don't want to build any. Let's go find where this thing is. Woo. See if anything updates when we fly over. I like that. I like that when you take to the skies, there's always that feeling of like, this thing might finally get finished. I don't know who's building that, but it's very Akui, and I approve of Akui. Like, it's Cub's build. This thing has been like this for too long. Go on, Cub. I want to see it. I want to see it change. What about XP's area? Every time I fly over here, there's something new. Not today. Dang, okay. You're currently AFK at your gold farm. First ever farm of redstone you made. Awesome, man. Good choice as well. Gold's valuable. Oh, you think it's false building in the shopping district? Well, it'll be a mighty fine building then. Wait, did Etho just like... On my hotbar, did he just like... Zoop? I felt like I just saw him go... Zoop. I don't know where his farm is. Oh... And we should probably unmute. Oh, we need to kind of test with this new setup. Need to test audio works. Hello? He's around here somewhere. Ah, he's probably down in the trial chamber. How do we get down there? Like, oh wait, here it is. Maybe? This isn't it. Oh.
I hear you, Xisuma.
Hello!
Hello.
You're somewhere here. I think you're below ground. Are you below ground? Well, we heard him for a second, people. A brief moment. What's this over here?
I see you.
Where are you? Where are they? Oh, you're above. I thought you was underground for
Yeah,
some reason.
I don't live over here. I live up there usually.
Yeah. By the way, I've got like a new audio setup, so you're helping me test it.
Oh, okay.
I'll ask my chat.
Sounds-
Can you hear Etho okay, chat? They'll let me know.
Am I quiet? Am I loud? Usually I'm quiet. I have a bit of morning voice. That's not the fault of his audio right now.
They say you sound perfect. Wonderful.
Oh, sweet.
Painless transition, it seems. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
There you go.
You don't mind if I take a few stacks?
You could take the box even.
Okay.
I got
Dang.
a killer farm for those, so it's fine.
You're loaded.
I am absolutely loaded with them.
Yeah. You know what? I really like tinkering and building a little farm when you need something. But flower farms are just done and dusted at this point, right?
Yeah, we really need to get a dye shop going on the server.
Oh, mate, I would be a customer. There's a business idea for you. I think you've already done most of the dye stuff, right?
I've got pretty much everything. B-Dub said he wanted to do one with me, but like he's been sick.
Yeah.
So
But hey,
yeah.
you open up, I'll be there. I can't be bothered. That's where I'm
Maybe
at
a
right now.
pop-up.
I'm like dialed into my music stuff and just don't want to do anything else.
Yeah, I saw you were doing some cool stuff. Like you have that piano that shows the notes,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, we've got that. We got the beat maker down there. If ever you fancy making a beat.
Yeah, the beat maker. Yeah. That's
Have
right.
you ever played around with a sequencer?
I did like a long time ago, like back Minecraft days. I made one.
Nice. Like IRL, or do you mean made one in game?
Oh, I thought you meant in game. I've done in real life too. I've played around with what is it, Fruity Loops?
Yeah, you'll recognize like the layout then. That kind of like left to right and like every fourth beat is highlighted.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those. But today I'm working on a melody maker, so you can like program in melodies,
Oh,
have it play it back to you. Should be fun.
So how would that work?
More advanced, complicated Redstone.
I would assume, yeah, because the melody is like the complex part of the song. Right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because very quickly the amount of information in music goes like up. You know?
Yeah. Are you storing information in like shulker boxes or something, or are you?
No, that is like the way to store the most information, but I wanted to avoid it because I've always had trouble with the shulker boxes like not getting picked up by hoppers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so I hate the idea of like having a complicated contraption and then like halfway through it, one shulker box just like pushes out in the wrong direction. And then
there are some very specific rules to how to do that.
Plus, it might go a little bit out of my comfort zone as well, the redstone. But if I do everything else, there might be room for that later on. You know, I might give that a shot.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like encoding. Yeah, like encoding information into the order at which things come out of the shulker box, right?
Yeah, you'd have to have like a spacer material too. Well, I've seen people do it with record discs as well.
Yeah,
like
I
you
saw
make
that.
a decoder for that.
You can do it with record discs, but then you get like a record disc spam on your hotbar. Like you keep seeing the records play, and then the other way is to use like stackable, non-stackable, and 16 items, so you can get like 3 pieces of information out of it.
Right.
Which is
I have experimented with this before as well. Like I've tried to make a melody maker. And I was using brewing stands.
Oh, brewing stands.
Like you can put either full bottles in, or I think empty bottles is the way I did it, and then you pull out a comparator signal.
Right. Is that the
normally,
bit where you program the note?
Yeah, like you would store the information as either a full bottle or an empty bottle. Or maybe I used like bottles and items. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
How many bits of information do you get out of a single brewing stand that way?
Not a lot. It's
not a lot, yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Records are definitely more dense.
See, I'm using item frames. That's 8. Lecterns, you go all the way up to 15. There's also shelves now, which is 3 digits of binary. Isn't that 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Well,
I think lecterns
3
are probably
digits
the
of
best.
binary, like that's either on or off for 3 notes, right? Probably.
I was thinking in terms of signal strength. So you program the shelf,
Oh, I see.
and then you get 8 unique signal strengths out of it.
True. Yeah.
That's about the same as the item frame then.
You need. How does that work again? I think you need like 16 for an octave, right?
Octave is, well,
Or is it 12?
12 notes, but you can do stuff like if you put it in a scale, you only need like 7. But yeah,
True,
these
yeah,
are like these are all the limitations. Like the game itself gives you, I think, 25 notes, and there's nothing that like parities with that in Redstone. Looking into all like the parameters and note blocks and stuff, it does feel like the game might be underserving this part. You know what I mean? Like,
It's really hard to do note block stuff. Like it takes a lot of time.
yep,
There's no quick way to it.
nope. But hey, I got some cool ideas up my sleeve. You'll see.
Yeah.
I'll invite you over when things are looking good, and I think you'll like what we come up with.
So with your melody thing, are you doing it in bars then? Is that you still do bars?
Yeah, doing the melody maker in bars. So you just control like each
Yeah.
successive note left to right, and it just plays them back
Okay.
for you, which is cool.
Mm-hmm. One instrument, or are you doing multiple?
I'm starting off with a 2-track, but it can easily just be turned into a 4-track.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna make a chord maker next because I got a chord decoder, and I'm gonna also hook that up with a block swapper on the note
Ooh.
blocks. So
okay, cool.
like chords of any picking.
Yeah.
But like what you can't really do is like program it to, oh, maybe you could, I don't know, this would be a bit mad, but like program it to send a note and tell it what instrument at the same time.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I was playing around with before.
Yeah. Because you've
Like
only...
you want to encode the timing, the instrument, and then like 1 to 12 for the octave, right? And you have 2 octaves.
You've only got like 3 dimensions to work with. And with Redstone, you quickly use up those dimensions just with a few parameters. So when you want to start introducing like switching sounds and stuff, it gets ridiculous.
It gets pretty complicated very quickly. And there's also the big problem of timing. Like you have to have like an on-off on the Redstone, right? Which is like 2 ticks, and with music, sometimes you want a 1 tick.
Yep, and I counted that the other day with torch burnout. I tell you what was funny.
Redstone torches burn out if you do it too quick. And yeah, there's a whole list of problems that come up when you're making that.
We were at the beat maker yesterday listening to Skiz's beat, and when people logged off, all of a sudden the beat started playing faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, because it stopped lagging the server.
Exactly. It was after we all
funny.
played the Nautilus race, so like the server's a bit overwhelmed for a little while, you know?
Yeah.
It was funny. Anyway, dude, thank you so much for the cornflower, the excessive amount of cornflower. I'll invite you over when the contraption's done. I think you'll enjoy it.
Sounds good. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
All right, dude. Thanks again. Take care.
Yeah. See you, man.
We got a raid. Puppies, Tummies, thank you for another raid. Appreciate it ever so much. Appreciate you. Thank you for bringing your people over here. We had Shiny Thenikin as well here for 8 months. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, welcome on in, everyone. We're about to go work on the Melody Maker, which we were just talking to Aoife about. All that technical stuff that I was talking about, you know, running out of dimensions and all these limitations. It's a really interesting thing to explore. I saw someone in chat saying Redstone in Minecraft is the worst, and I immediately just had that knee-jerk reaction of like, no. Redstone is, I think, actually amazing, and the reason why is because it's really quite accessible, and you can do so much with it. It definitely has like limitations in places, but like think about everything that comes before a limitation, right? If a limitation means you can't get off the ground, it's bad. But like if a limitation lets you do a whole bunch of stuff before you reach that limit, it's great. And you know, Redstone can teach you a lot of concepts about logic and computing and things like AND gates. You know, they're like not exactly appealing to people. Like I've got a game. Oh, I had glass over here the whole time. Not enough, but I had it over here. I didn't realize. I have a game on my computer that is purely about running logic gates in sequence to one another, and it's like a puzzle game. And like this is completely unappealing to most people. But if you remade it in Minecraft, it would be so much more relatable. So like Redstone makes these things relatable too, I think. Where do I start though, comparator? If you're asking a genuine question, I would start with just redstone wire, torch, and repeater. You can do quite a bit with that, and like use it to manipulate something like a piston. So try and get away if you're learning redstone from big, complicated stuff. Don't focus on the crazy contraption end game. Focus on really simple things like, can I get 2 levers? When they're both turned on, the piston activates, right? Like a little challenge like that is a great place to start. So yeah, I'm just trying to remind myself how much of this contraption I'd built, because I think I put it together quite hastily and then logged off. But I think I might have basically finished it. So we're actually doing aesthetics. I think what we're going to do first is program the front of this. Now, I was about to say, I think I'm going to use copper, but I'm thinking about changing these bulbs. I need to put in an item here. Oh, do you know what? I immediately know what item I want to use. It just sort of popped into my head. We have to go somewhere else to grab it. Okay, I thought I was gonna do the use the blue dye first, and oh wait, there's a portal here, and start placing down terracotta. But then I'm like, now my brain wants to do something different. Next season project question, Chucky Max. I don't know what I suggested, but if it was musical related, I'm thinking this is the season for the music stuff. Adventure Time with X. It's going to be a very brief adventure, and it's already about to end. Well, I only need 64 hours. Yeah, I only need 64. You can make an atomic smelter in bedrock. How does that work? Why does it have the name atomic? Oh, Rainbow, thank you, by the way. I have that on the screen, actually. I have some space for that. I had to like redo all of my real estate for this new setup, so things are all like in different places. But now, actually, I think it's probably a little bit better than it was before. Gupfan in his house. With X, the derp and the chat and the trollers, the fun will never end. It's Adventure Time. Chimera says I should really clean my table. Do it then. Hey X, do you think the Hermits would ever entertain the idea of a lightly modded server in the future? I'm asking because I've seen some mods that add a diagonal connected texture thing for like walls, fences, and glass. We always talk about it, but I think the reality is we are just, you know, we're just really invested in Hermitcraft in a way where everyone puts so much effort into their content that there isn't really room for a side series anymore. And personally, I'll say I put more focused time into what I do. I try to make what I'm doing now really quite meaningful and stuff, or like not just going through the weeds of like, here's another episode, you know, just like rolling one thing to the next. And that's how it used to be. It used to be like that. And times have changed. When it was a little more rolling one episode to the next, and I was like a maniac YouTuber grinding every day, couldn't get off the computer. Like, it worked. We could do side series. But now I'm like quite focused on doing my snapshot coverage, and then I try to make my Hermitcraft episodes, each and every one of them, special. And that doesn't really leave time for a side series. I also put a lot of time into personal health and exercise, and playing guitar as well, and playing piano, and it's just like my time has been moved into different spaces. That's me personally, and I feel like maybe it's the same for other hermits, I'm not sure, but the scene has definitely changed, because there was a point in time where we were all those uploading everyday maniacs, you know? That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes sometimes. You were watching the VOD and thought you'd check if I were live? Well, here I am. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Time for the next row of... I'm going to sneeze, I think. Uploading every day sounds soul-consuming. Could never. Well, Chimera, back in the day, it was like... Loved it. Did it loads. It was different, though, right? So, like, if you go watch something like my City Skyline original series, you can see that, like, I'm playing for like an hour, half an hour, and then barely doing any editing, and then uploading. And that was just like accepted. That kind of content would do absolutely fine on YouTube. But then things changed over time, and it's very hard to be a purely casual gamer these days and like get lots of people watching you just casually running through a game. Now content is very like competitive. Is that correct? I think it is. Classic Let's Plays, that's the one. The daily upload days on YouTube are more like watching stream VODs without interaction most of the time. Yeah, that's a good point actually, Yoho. It was more like that. You think the arrows look random? I don't think they look random. I think I put that one in the wrong spot though. Okay, so... Two more notes. You know, something about like randomness is that randomness is like pure noise in a way. It's just like a bombardment of information in all different directions. As soon as you look at this, you should see that there are clearly like patterns and structure, sequences that repeat. So not random at all. Which, depending on how you think about it, might give you a bit of a hint as to what this is. All right. Oh, there it goes. No? That was very odd. I think I know why it's doing what it's doing. Oh no, maybe not. Unless that's not supposed to be full signal strength there. I did that somewhere else, and it may have been wrong to do it somewhere else as well. Where else did I do that? Was it over here? I'm pretty sure it's the right way to do it. Over here, though, I shouldn't have done this. This should be different. We're going to go ahead and break these. We might as well turn this thing off as well. Callie says, oh hey, you did exactly what I said earlier about adapting the beat sequencer. No, I didn't. That one over there was built before. was built and designed a long time ago, basically. BBPD, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate it. Let's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grab a lot of blocks here now that I think about it. Annoyingly. Potato Boy 7 says baby goats. You like baby goats? Good for you. Wait, really? My bad. Yeah, no, it was designed way before the other day. Probably still got loads of loot and stuff, yeah, that I haven't tidied away. I'm gonna go check something on the other server quickly, but this gives me an opportunity actually to check my. You know what? Huh. I added all these little buttons, right? All these little buttons today, where I'm redoing stuff, and there's one that doesn't actually exist because I don't normally do this, but. What I would normally do, actually, now I know why it's not there, is I would use it as an opportunity to plug something, right? So, like, now I've got a button for that. We can leave that there, and rather than me faffing around setting up the thing that toggles Minecraft, we'll just use that. Just use that instead. So the beat sequencer was based on my newly built contraption. No, the beat sequencer was something I designed before the season started. I'm looking at the right thing. So I need to remember 16 stacks. So that'd be 32 in total. Ah, there it is. I was waiting for that to come up. Hello, how about that? Have you seen it? Yeah, you know where to go. Go to the second channel if you want to hear it. Yeah, so I need 32 into there. Yeah, okay, and probably take me a couple of trips, which is fine, really. It's not anything to moan about. Yeah, we need that much in each one. You love the new music. Xisuma feels very Minecrafty. Thank you. Thank you. I very much enjoyed reading people's comments on it. Gotta do that again at some point today. Got a lot of great feedback on it as well. One thing I noticed, there's a weird thing about feedback though, is that like if someone didn't enjoy any of that music stuff that I added, they might not be incentivized to comment and might just tune out. So like I do appreciate reading nice comments from people it connected with, but it also leaves me wondering, like, it's great to know you're reaching people that are receptive to that stuff, but what about the people who aren't? Can you do a better job for them? You know what I mean? I talked about at various points about the, what do we call them? The loud minority. You know, something happens and a bunch of people are angry about it, but sometimes the people being loud don't really represent the overall feeling on the matter. Maybe sometimes it works the other way. People aren't being loud enough. Turns out we need more of that anger because more people feel this way. But, you know, point being that it's not always as proportional as it may seem. Same thing goes with, like, making a video and reading comments, is that you can quite easily attract a lot of people saying nice stuff, especially with the whole parasocial thing. Do you know what? I know why they're making notes. It's because the signal strength just traveled all the way down the line. Is this going to be X's daily life advice? I don't know. I don't think it's advice. I'm just sort of pointing it out. There's two things very odd going on here. First of all, the melody sounds out of tune. And second of all, there's all this, like, doubling up of notes. I did notice, by the way, I did notice earlier that this comparator here was flickering. Oh, yeah, wait, I can see what's happening. You know we paused the music a minute ago. I should do that again. Did I miss a comparator? I did. I did. I missed a comparator. Now it all makes sense to me. Peeps. Like, the more you know about Redstone, the better. Understand contraptions. Like, as many different places you can understand it at. Because it helps a lot. Like, I've built so many of these decoders now that I understand things about them. And now I know why it's going wrong. It's because there's a like an imbalance in how each side of the redstone signal updates. So this adds a tick of delay, and then that was causing there to be extra redstone torches that would sort of get powered and unpowered. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Is it Twinkle Twinkle Little Star? I don't think it is. I don't know what song it is. I've forgotten. Zipper with a J, thank you for 9 months. That is a Twitch baby. Emotes on the screen, yes please. Rejoice, they are back. This is the first stream I've been able to catch in a few weeks. I just got back from my B-Day vacation in France, and I hope you and everyone in chat. What's going on with the noises? Are they repeating? Oh no, we got 10 community subs from Bell Steven, thank you. It prints differently. It prints differently. It looks different. Okay, now I understand the noises. Thanks so much, Bell Steven. I no longer see the names, so if you got gifted a sub, be sure to say thanks in the chat. You just got back from your B-Day vacation in France, and you hope you and everyone else in chat has been doing good. You already want to go back and travel around Europe again. It was so much fun going there for the first time. Hey, I'm glad you got to travel, my dude. I was making some travel plans for later in the year myself. Traveling is beautiful. What's that thing everyone always says? It broadens your mind. Yeah, it does. Measure your brain when you get back. It'll be bigger. Power Balls, thank you so much for 10 gifted community subs as well. Very much appreciated. Peeps, check back in the chat. Say thanks if you got one. Dun, 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 dun. Little teapot. And my sprout. Here is my handle. Here is my sprout. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my sprout. I think y'all just like turned back the clocks and I was 5 years old or something then. Like, that was some deep memory access. I don't think I've heard that song since I was 5. Yeah, sprout. Spout. Oh! It's spout. You look for your pacifier. Just a deep instinct within you. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. Now what we got to do is change the lyrics to make them derpy related Xisuma lyrics. You know? You're hearing more. Oh, it's Incy Wincy Spider. Incy Spider climbed up the spout. Thanks, brain. Can't think of another word. I thought it climbed up a drain pipe. Same melody. Oh, is it really? Okay. I'm a derpy streamer. Listen to this nonsense. I don't know. I can't. The creativity perhaps isn't quite there for, you know. Just like Twinkle and ABC. Okay. Itsy bitsy spider climbed up the sprout. There you go. Similar. When the creepers came out, assume went splat. I might try and think of some lyrics for that, but right now my brain's like, nah, bruh, nah. Bruh, this is so lame, man. This is so lame. Grown man singing teapot song. Oh, so lame. Whoa, my inner teenager just came out. Yeah. There it is. There it is right there. Oh, there it is right there. To a metal cover of Teapot. Oh my god, no thanks. Yeah, so I kind of want to recreate the vibe of this room a little bit with the ceiling and floor. That's why we went and got a load of glass and dye. I think I want to use... Whoa! Super jump. I think I want to use blue glass. Which we can now make Guilt 3. Because we've got a stupid amount of dye. I guess I can also make some blue terracotta, although the thing there is actually blue is the dominant one. That's okay. Do you know what's wrong? Do you know what's super wrong right now? There's no music playing. I feel it. I feel it in my bones when music's not playing. It happens a lot when I go places like I went to my parents recently, just to help them out with stuff because they've moved. And when I got there was like no music playing, and it felt so wrong. And it's like I always have music playing. And then I feel it when I go other places as well. If there's like you're in a place, you know, you're doing whatever you're doing at that place, and like no one's put music on, I'm always just like, there's no music playing. Doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right. Yo, Def Dealer YT, thank you so much for 41 months. Very much appreciated, my dude. Thank you for supporting. Hope you're doing well. I think what we do here is we change these blocks and put glass on top of them. That's what I'm seeing. I don't know what you're seeing, but I'm seeing that. With my mind's Minecraft eye. I'm a little Xisuma, masked and neat, building up my redstone, nice and sweet. When my farm breaks down, hear me shout. Check the wiring, sort it out. That's great. Please don't tell me it's sponsored by ChatGPT. By the way, I tried to do a little bit of programming with, well, vibe coding. That's the one, vibe. I tried to do some vibe coding today, peeps. Oh, do you know what? Purple might be a better shade of glass here. So I've got a plugin that does the music that you... Wait, is it running? Oh, what happened here? Hello. Okay. One sec, overlays. Oh. Do I have to click that? Okay, interesting. I have to activate it. I didn't know that. I need to like a little more automated. Anyway. Panchi says, what is vibe coding? Oh my days. That's the whole topic. It's the whole topic right there. If you're not in the know, I'm not sure I can be bothered to explain. Anyway, so I got a script, a Lua script for VLC to do what you see in the bottom left there, which is get us the now playing artist. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to make that a little more interesting looking and put like the album art on there maybe. And so I thought this could be a little project. Now I tried to do something with Claude online, and then it said you've run out of tokens and you got to, you know, pay money for more and all that. And I was like, eh. And then I remembered that I have LM Studio, so I can do offline language model stuff on my computer. Unfortunately, I tried a Lua model and I tried a Quen model, and they both just went, no thanks. Like, they just couldn't do it. They seemed to encounter some sort of error with my request that caused them to give me the blank stare. Like, I just got back a bunch of gibberish. But yeah, anyway, it was sort of like an impetus to maybe modify that script to do the thing I want to do, but do it through vibe coding, so the AI codes it, right? And I did actually, I had a little bit of success with Claude, trying to get it to do something different to that, actually. And to be fair, it got a fair way into this other way of, you know, putting the information down there in the bottom left. But then I thought the Lua script was better, so I started going in that direction. But maybe I might go back to that idea as well. So there's like multiple ways to do that. And then, you know, can I create a solution? Because when you want to do custom stuff, my experience of doing custom stuff is always just like rabbit holes open. Unless you're like really well versed in code and know like what tools to use and where specifically to go for them, you end up like trying to code HTML basically. You're trying to do some simple copy and paste type stuff. But now you got to search all these obscure things, and you're going to encounter problems you don't quite know how to explain, and you'll spend a lot of time just searching the web, trying thing after thing, sort of shooting in the dark. That's my experience of it. With the vibe coding stuff, I think you got a better chance of getting something that actually works together. Maybe not works as elegantly as humanly possible, but something that's good enough is good enough, right? You like the look of the purple? I like it too. I did wonder if it was a little too saturated for what I want here, but I can't really think of, you know, I think pink would probably be even more, so I think that's the right amount. Anyway, I want to try and find, well, I want to try and use the whole vibe coding thing to see if I can make a little something. Chimera says, I think the trial and error is a better along the way. With vibe coding, you're creating a puzzle without understanding how it's being formed. Yes, but also, like, I don't really care because I just want the end result to work, right? And it feels to me like I'm not asking for something majorly complicated. And I've gotten it to do small, simple game concept stuff before with vibe coding. And it, like, yeah, you know, you basically you can put together something that could be like an air quotes rough demo, like an impetus for you to start something the proper way. But I feel like for the application in mind, like it's just, if it's not intensive, if it's just one simple thing, it might be able to get it done. It might be able to get the job done. So yeah, anyway, I am gonna try a little bit of that, but I don't know how much more time I want to put into it because I spent today and yesterday working on this setup, and what do I have left to do? Nothing really, I think. Still got to figure out some of my real estate stuff, but actually the way I've got it set up at the moment, I'm sort of not missing anything. Everything's on the screen that I need. It's just not quite how it was before, and I might have forgotten something, but I don't think I have. It's just not feasible to let AI write the entire project for you, though, says Arima. Well, it doesn't need to, because I've already got something it can build off of, right? That's what I was thinking. I've already got the Lua script that sort of does half of the job. There's just one little thing I want to add to it. Hopefully, if it just sort of follows the same logic that's already in place, it might be able to do it without too much pain. Does this overlap by one? Am I looking at this correct? I keep going back and forth, but because I'm talking. So that's 2 deep, which makes that 1, 2, 3 deep, and those line up like that. That's okay. Now we're focused. Now we know what we're doing. You've been watching all of my season 11 videos. Excited to catch your first stream. Oh, welcome, Duck. Glad to have you with us. Today's stream, I would say, is probably a little more chill than usual. I'm just in a mood for taking it easy. Like, I've had a couple of days of just like doing the grindy task of fixing my stream setup and not really bothering or worrying about too much else in the world. Just keeping your eye on something simple that's right in front of you can be great, you know? Right, it's definitely hard to see here, isn't it? We're embracing the light levels, but while we build, the embrace can wait. So when we get over there, we start to see what we may or may not want to cover up. I think what I'm going to do, I could actually, you know what? I could raise them up by 1 block, maybe. Maybe. I'm not sure if those bulbs get bug powered or not. That's something I'm not sure about. Like, if they'll work the same way with a block above them or not. Oh, whoops. There's a hole here. So we can put our terracotta up there. It's just like, how do I want to hide the bit with the bulb? I could also just raise the bulb up by 1. I think I might do that. Yeah, we're going to change the bulb. We'll raise the bulb up by 1, and then we'll have more terracotta there, possibly. I think. I don't know. Look at me. Struggling to make my mind up. Maybe we even lower it by 1. I don't think that works. I don't think lowering it works. Oh, no. Technically, I could. If it works the same way, powered through another block, I could hide the observers further back, basically. Okay, I think I'm going to focus on the floor while we know that that's going to be like this. And I want to fill in this gap. Because we jump all over the place when we do this. Yo, Digital Chaos, my dude. 70 stream streak. Someone is committed. I mean, I stream like 3 times a week. So what is that? That's like 21 weeks in a row. I'm just going to throw that number out there. You have no excuse. Hey X, do you have the sheet music for your disc 6? Well, I do. I haven't published it. I didn't think about doing that. I also, like, from the sheet music to producing it in FL Studio, I started adding stuff and changing things in FL Studio, so the performance there was, like, more expressive, and you'd be missing some information about that. But I could just publish it, I guess. I'd have to think about, oh, I made the wrong thing. I'd have to think about, like, where and why, you know? By the way, the song is, like, I didn't publish it under any licensing, so it's kind of like free game. You would love to try it for a bit on piano. Yeah, I'll have a think about that, but, like, no promises, because I mean, maybe I could just, like, make a page on my own website, but, like, I have to think it through a bit. Like, where do you put that? How do you do it? Can I do it in a way that's going to be useful? Like, what format? Yeah, screenshotting it and putting it with the video. Well, the video's already out, so I can't do that. But no, I don't think that's the way to do it. Screenshots would be quite ugly. I'd want to put it in a format that's accessible. Basically. Will I perform it live at MCC? No. There's a reason why I didn't perform the song live. It's because I'm learning to play piano, but I'm not very good at performing. Composing's a different beast. You know what though? I just continuously play guitar every day, and like my playing is I feel like it's pretty solid sometimes, you know? Like I can play some songs like really really well all the way through. Whereas like piano's still in that like this weird phase where I'm like trying to make those strong connections between like the muscle movements and your brain, and like my brain is just ugh. Like I have some days where just the fingers ain't moving right, you know? But I still play every day. Maybe MuseScore. Yeah, that was like on my mind. A format like MuseScore is very popular. MIDI, could just post it in MIDI as well. It's so much practice to get good at piano also. It is, yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm playing on hard mode because of my dyspraxia. I've said this a lot, like, I find, like, playing guitar is actually painful. It's like, I just endure pain. Like, I feel this, like, all this throbbing through my arms and wrists, and I just put up with it. It's the same with piano. It's a bit milder on piano, but it's like, I just get this pain through my arms, and despite that, I still just want to play. And it could be that if I didn't have dyspraxia, the amount of time I put in means that I would be further ahead. But, like, it doesn't really matter because I just get so much joy out of playing, you know? So, I say this because, like, whenever someone says, like, I can't, or, like, I'm no good at, it's like, even if you were on hard mode, you can still do it. You know, that whole thing, I'm too old to play guitar or whatever, like, you can, it doesn't matter what age you are, you just start playing because it's the journey, not the destination. Let's grab that one there. There we go. For me, it's on my back. I have a pain when I play piano because I'm getting tense, says Strucky Max. Yeah, tensing up when you play, that's the thing. Like, letting go and keeping loose, very true. I am fortunate enough to have learned that lesson from guitar, that, like, my guitar playing and my piano playing is generally quite loose. But probably not all the time. Like, probably need to check in, you know? Like more often than not, I'll be loose, but, you know, you make me think about it now. Like, I bet some are more stressful than others, right? Like, you would just naturally be a little more wound up today or whatever. For whatever reason, you know, you're a human being. You're just gonna go through some motions and feel some ways. Unshrimping at the piano. That's a weird sight. You have ADHD, but you're still a PA, a part-time carer, part-time, and just use it as a power to do lots at once. Yeah, it's like I said a moment ago about being on hard mode, right? Like, if ADHD ever makes you feel or think, I can't do that thing over there, that's not a way to think about it. It's got to be like, I'm just doing this on hard mode, right? You can still do it. You can still do the thing. Okay, I've got to put in the light one here. And then back to that one. Can you see how, like, I'm mirroring the design in the other room? It's very much how my brain works sometimes. I just, for some reason, I really gravitate towards, you know, symmetries and things like that. You're glad I'm talking about dyspraxia and just spreading awareness of it. I guess I am. Not intentionally, but I feel like we live in a time where I've lived through like generations now of seeing the whole building up awareness to things, like continuously build momentum. So like when I talk about it, I feel like I'm fine with it. It's just something we talk about now. But like maybe there's still some lack of awareness potentially. Depression has you feeling like life is on impossible mode. Struggled since 11 years old. I'm sorry to hear that, my dude. That's most unfortunate. I don't know what to suggest because I don't know you personally. My own battles with mood swings and depression. I was definitely a depressed individual at points in my life. The thing I feel like helped me pull me out of it the most was regular exercise and taking care of myself. Doesn't work for everyone, but if it's not something you tried, you should always be on the lookout for something you can try. Got to hold on to that. Got to hold on to the ability to put up a fight, and try and search for things that might help. And for me, like just learning to take the act of like, doing exercise for yourself to try and better your health, I think does a lot psychologically. But I ultimately I think I've ended up in a place where like those mood swings and that feeling of like the whole mood just coming from somewhere and dragging you down, like the thing I had to fight it off with was exercise, and it really worked for me, unfortunately. But it's different for everyone. Sergio says, I remember one of the first streams I watched a while back when I just started uni. You were talking about hard mode. I didn't really get it. I'm a bit older now, fighting with a lot of mental health and working through it. I started going to counselling and working with my uni for better support. I get hard mode now. All love to you guys. That's it, yeah. Like, what you don't want to do. You know what the flip side, we might be developing some sort of idea here. But you know what the flip side to, I think, hard mode and acknowledging it is the trap of feeling sorry for yourself is very powerful. When you're down and you feel like the world's against you, feeling sorry for yourself, it stops you in your tracks. It stops you from like moving in a direction. And it's a very powerful state of mind. It takes your agency away. It gives you an excuse to sort of stay exactly where you are, which is like the one place you don't want to be, right? And I think the flip side of that might be like acknowledging hard mode. Because once you acknowledge you're in hard mode and things are tough, saying you're in hard mode means you're playing the game, right? And that you are now taking action and moving and doing things that will take yourself in a better direction. It's just it's hard, it's tough. Callie says, I remember the first time I couldn't get out of bed. That was scary, but eventually it just kind of became the norm. I'm glad I got out of that, knock on wood. Yeah, that's rough. But like once you get away from it, you gotta stay. You gotta keep yourself away from it. Keep the momentum of going in the other direction as good as you can. Charlotte says, I miss the gym so much. I work 12-hour days and every other weekend and weekends off are rest and food shop. I need to figure out when I can get back into it. One of the things about going to the gym is that a lot of the gym is about moving your body. And like getting in a workout, we go to these machines and we like lift weights to target muscles and stuff, but I mean, maybe you can find little spaces to do stuff like in your daily routine or whatever. Ways like picking to walk up a flight of stairs in a way is, it's like a workout compared to standing in the elevator, Like maybe there's a few choices like that you can pick up on. It's something I always do. I always go stairs. Like escalators, I walk up them. Lift or stairs, I'll take the stairs. It's just something I consistently do, and it's like a form of staying fit and active. Like you just pick those little harder choices and you keep the body moving. Ye Hakes says, any tips for new streamers, man? Well, I always say generic, non-specific questions are probably not going to yield particularly helpful answers. My tip is like, enjoy your time streaming and make it about the time you're spending. Don't make it about how many people are watching. And just hit the ground running. Just whatever you got in front of you, start using it and stream. Don't buy into this. You need a fancy microphone. You need a big setup. That's just a way to waste money because you might find out it's not for you. Oh, for goodness sake, I went wrong somewhere. Probably the entire thing. No, not there, not there, not there. Here. Found the victim. A victim? Culprit? I think that was the culprit. I think it was the culprit. And then that one there, don't even exist, don't even belong. Thank you. You also wanting to lead into joining Hermitcraft sometimes. What I say to anyone who asks about joining Hermitcraft is the odds are unbelievably slim. And I think your energy is better spent thinking about what your Hermitcraft would be. I don't mean your Minecraft SMP server. I mean, if you're a hermit, you're here, like on this server like I am, you are incredibly thankful for where you are. This is a great community to be a part of, right? And I know a lot of people want to be a part of it. It's a beautiful thing. Not everyone can. So if you're out there and you want to be a part of something beautiful, it doesn't have to be Hermitcraft. And you are far more likely to create something beautiful of your own to participate in than you are to end up here, right? That's why I say create your own Hermitcraft, right? What are your passions? Who are other people that share those passions? Find each other. Create something together. Have an experience. That's all we're doing here on Hermitcraft. We're just having an experience together. That's accessible to everyone, basically. Let's see. True, I made a server with my cousins and it's great, says Wacky Crown. Awesome. Awesome, that's really good. Yeah, you got to do your own thing, right? Doesn't even have to be a Minecraft thing, remember, you know? Like, if you love music, maybe your Hermitcraft is just being in a band, right? I mean, we're a group of people creating stuff together, creative things. Kind of a little bit like being in a band, maybe? You know, working with other people, sharing your creativity. You could look at it that way. You wish you could play on LPMT, but you are the most unmotivated 2-week Minecraft phase person ever. Well, you said the dirty word, motivation. That's the dirty word right there. Motivation's only going to hold you back. Why? Because it's fleeting. It comes and it goes. You want to take action. You want to be on the front foot with the things that you're passionate about. You want to be there doing it before the inspiration turns up. Did that all go like one block higher over there and the glass is just in the way? Yep. Glass is just in the way. I see what's going on. So that wants to be there and then this wants to be here. So yeah, you need to take action. It just in general, you need to take actions in life, right? Don't wait for inspiration to put you in the driving seat. You'll be waiting around forever. It's hard to find people that share your motivation. That's true. That's true. I mean, here I am talking about like not waiting for motivation, but yeah. I mean, you in your own world, in your own life, you have the control over your own actions, so you can take action. You don't have control over your own inspirations, right? Like they just seem to come out of the ether at you. You don't get to choose what inspires you. It's just... There it is. There's that magical force. Speaking of LPMT, I think it wouldn't be a bad time for a tour, you know? Blooming's main storage system and tiny farms, which has been inspired by my Season 11 storage system. Now, I don't know if this is the storage system from before Season 11 or the one that I actually built. I guess we will find out, right? Let's head over there. Let's head over there. Peeps, if you've been gifted a sub here on this channel, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. If you have just a regular subscription, it gets you access to this wonderful community. And what we do from time to time is just pop on here and check out various people's bases, like this chap right here who's blooming you pretty much at every stream, I think. Right? Oh, okay. You gotta tell me to set it back after people, otherwise, you know, otherwise we're gonna have words. It is inside of here normally, right? So the problem is it's all different from vanilla. Did I see a scroll bar? Yep. It'll be here somewhere. Shade? No, don't touch shade. Brightness? Yeah, brightness 30. Okay, we've got to set it back to 75 after. Oh my god. It's a horror game! I'm gonna get jump scared. Yo, what's going on down here, son? Have we got some copper golems down there? Or are we just embracing the look? It's cool. It's cool. Okay, this is our actual Season 11 storage system, so I know exactly how this works. Interesting, though, it's a little harder to click up there. I think... I'm not sure. Is it these blocks like I didn't have on mine, but... Oh, you also put those blocks down there instead of up the top. I guess, yeah, I guess that works just fine. I just decided to put them up the top. Very cool. XP storage room. Yeah, well, mine has a little bit of XP in it as well now, I guess. These must be glow item frames over here. Very cool. This is the 3x3 bit that I originally had, and then I decided to put the copper golem on display. What was that beautiful texture? Dang. It's a cool looking custom book. Outside your base might be an inspiration for my Season 11 base. We'll get to the outside bit too. So, shulker box and literally, oh my god, the same color combo. Like, I might have not noticed that because I'm so used to looking at it. These are cool, these custom textures. Dude is even... Oh my god, I feel like I'm on Hermitcraft. A little bit more organized with some stuff. I'm going to guess that the name of the box is because you're using the overlay, which I stopped using. Some of this layout looks like last season, but I'm impressed. And I love that someone is like using these concepts. That's wonderful. And then probably some farms, smelter. Oh, you can see them do their busy work. That's awesome. Nice way to integrate the back view of stuff. Like, so often do we hide away from showing our redstone. I'm liking the aesthetics around here a lot. Patches of dirt and stone up the top. Could do with something. Oh, this looks very familiar. It's like I'm in a an alternate Season 11 base or something. I love the moss up there. I'm seeing how the darkness that we adjusted like really adds to the atmosphere down here. Okay, so these are probably some way better farms than I built. Gonna 3-cam it for a second. It's actually, it looks, yeah, it's similar looking, but no, it's a different design, isn't it? Interesting. Interesting. And what's this over here? How do you make that banner? That's wild. String wall? Is that some sort of string to wall crafter? I don't know. Jails the bells. Thank you for 13 months. Really appreciate it. Time does fly. Sure does. You just got to enjoy it. Got to enjoy the ride. Yeah, this place is awesome. I like it. And then you got all your little farms around here. This is like the alternate version of the warehouse down here. It's even got a trap delay. And we've got a copper golem over there. This is awesome. Right, we're gonna nip outside. for the next bit. Oh, that's the bedrock painting. Koala size. Let's see what's going on out here. Ooh, I like that. Oh, using ender pearls as well. Alright, how are we looking out here? Yeah, I've been here before. Man, I think last time I was here, none of that underground stuff was in place like that. I remember this street. I really like this street. It's like a quay. It's kind of like a little bit of what we've done this season of Hermitcraft. Like the Lego modular builds. But that was, I think that was all here before we even started doing much of that this season. So, really cool build concept. This is how you play this game, peeps. You give yourself a bigger picture, and then you get to have fun building like each of these buildings one by one. All new. It's all new. I'm pretty sure there was a game over here though, right? That I absolutely butchered. Yeah, Craftle. I mercilessly butchered this game last time I was here. And I'm pretty sure there was another one involving beacons or something too. That I also butchered. What's this? Farm boards. I'm going to call it a farm board for all the farms that one could build. All right, let's not forget to do the video settings. We're looking for a 30%. Dude, it's like right here. I'm getting overwhelmed by this interface, and it's like one of the first things. Okay. Blooming, thank you for letting us tour your base. That was awesome. Really good stuff. We'll now get back onto the Hermitcraft server, people. I think I'm also going to take my jumper off because I'm feeling pretty toasty. It's the computer. It's heating up the room. It's like an oven in here. It's like a jungle sometimes. It keeps me wondering. No, it's like a jungle sometimes. Oh, do you know what? I can't finish the lyrics. Sometimes it keeps me wondering from how I'm going under in. I don't know. When was the last time you heard that song, people? Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. What a classic. My God, to think there's people in chat that don't know what the heck I'm on about. Makes me weep. Is someone in my chat gonna save me? Dude is close to the edge. Thank you, Turan. I'm trying not to lose my head. Oh my God. That's what's wild, right? The older you get, the more you realize how like cultural stuff just disappears. And young people just don't care. It's wild. Africa Bombarda. You know, great guess. Great guess. You know, African Bombarda is classic hip hop. We're talking about oh my God, my brain. This stuff used to be boom, like that. As soon as I wanted to know it, there it is. There it is. Now my brain's like picturing the video. Okay, it just came to me. Flash, is it Flashmaster 5 and the Flashmaster Flex and the Furious 5. Oh no, and the Funky 5. I thought it was Furious 5. The Funky 5. It may have been that they might have been funky. They might not have been furious. To be fair, I don't know, that song was a bit angry. You know, it did have a little bit of anger in it, justifiably. I think they might have been a bit more furious than funky. I'm gonna go with furious. That's a classic. But man, that old school early hip hop, oh, I love it. What a time. What a time. Let's go make more. We're gonna need more glass for this whole thing. More purple dye, put it all into the glass. I'm trying not to lose my head. Have I heard Rob Zombie's new album that dropped last month? I haven't. I don't really follow Rob. I've been really enjoying my music lately. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were an American hip-hop group formed in the South Bronx in New York City, 1978. But Potato, I love the correct capitalization of everything there, and the grammar was spot on. You are so articulate, Bert. Oh, clipboard, what? Copy paste, what's that? Yeah, there you go. You copy pasted it. I knew. I could just tell as soon as I started reading it. I was like, that's from Wikipedia. Yeah, late 70s hip hop coming out of the New York Bronx, man. Well, the 5 boroughs. There were I think there were like 3 primary places it originally came from. You had African Bombada, you had Grandmaster Flash, and then in the other borough you had this other guy whose name I always struggled to remember, to be fair. Oh, and it's such a beautiful story of like creativity and artistry and community, and I just think that early story of hip hop coming out of the New York City all the way into the 90s, like into the 90s, it was fascinating. In the 90s it kind of just took over the world at that point. And I think I don't know if it's true today, because pop music's had a bit of a renaissance, I think, a little bit of refining itself and coming up with some really great stuff in recent years. Oh, right, that bit actually wouldn't be there, would it? But hip-hop for a while became the most popular music on the planet, according to some metrics, I guess. Which is wild. Run DMC a classic too? Oh, yeah. Stetsasonics. Not sure I really encountered them. It sounds vaguely familiar, but there's a group called, I think, Nucleatronics. There's this weird moment in the early hip-hop scene where they were actually taking influence from electronic music, like the early stuff like Kraftwerk coming out of Europe. And you can hear it a lot in Africa Bombada's music. I mean, he directly samples Trans-Europe Express. But there's some like early hip hop groups. You go back and listen to it now, and it's almost like it's like electro funk or something. Like they really looked in a different direction than the genre as a whole kind of ended up going. They were really taking a lot more from that electronic scene. That stuff's kind of fascinating to go back and listen to. I mean, oh my god, if I had Spotify when I was young, I would never have left it. Because I have to like watch myself these days. It's so easy just to go down a rabbit hole of like recommendations and links and stuff. And you know, I used to have to work to find music. I had to like do a lot of research and figure out like what records to get and where to find them. And nowadays it's just like, oh, you can stream it. Sugar Hill Gang, yeah, one of the first hip hop tracks put to vinyl. As the story goes, though, apparently like the rhymes weren't actually theirs and stuff, and there's a bit of controversy around that. But I love that song. I love the 14-minute version of it as well. You love going down rabbit holes. Well, go down the rabbit hole of learning about how hip hop got started. It got started with a blackout in New York City. All the power went out for a few days, and a lot of people went and burgled musical equipment. And like things like turntables, and then they started using the turntables to create a new form of music. It's incredible. Incredible story. You find metalheads are very heavy music consumers in general. Yeah, there's something about being a metalhead that makes you very passionate and involved. And yeah, I'd imagine the consumption of music for the average metalhead would be higher. But probably true of anyone who's like really into a genre of music. That probably just means you're into music. Check out Igor. Yeah, I've seen Igor live 2 times. Listened to all their records. Awesome artist. Used to buy random CDs from charity shops to discover music. Oh, that's interesting. That's a real commitment, that is. Because like you don't know what you're getting. If you get something you turn on, you're like, oh, not sure about this. You're gonna have to stick with it. You got to commit now. You just paid for that thing. And we run out. You're in the era of LimeWire. Yeah, I grew up with Napster and that kind of stuff. Like I did say earlier about like seeking out records and stuff, but like even getting records online, when it first came around, there was a lot of stuff that hadn't appeared on the internet yet, if that makes sense. Like I listened to a form of music called Dungeon Synth, and it has this element of like a bedroom composer to it, and it's got some strong ties to when keyboards in the 80s first sort of became like consumer products that you could take home, like your Casios and your Korgs, and it has a lot of like sounds, aesthetics from those instruments. And what's happened since Dungeon Synth first sort of found its name and formed a scene online, we're talking like 2011, is that people have gone and found stuff like some of this stuff wasn't even like online anywhere, not in a shop, like, you know, some person they knew who used to make songs on their keyboard and record it onto a tape back in the day. Like some of this stuff has like re-emerged online, and now you can just find some of the most obscure niche stuff that like no one was ever even listening to, and now you can just stream it, and it's crazy because like I've continuously gone back over the years and sort of researched the same avenues of music scenes and bands and whatnot, and like stuff that was once missing just appears, you know, like demo tapes and obscure EPs and live shows, and then other bands from the scene that like never put their demo out at the time. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy how the excess has like grown. Did we somehow perfectly craft the exact right amount of terracotta? That is so weird. I like it when that happens. I like it. DC++ instead of Napster. I think I remember using that one. Was that the one where you could search people's files when they were offline? Because there was this one platform that was built for getting really obscure stuff. I got a lot of like strange, obscure black metal and EDM stuff off of it. And the way it worked was like you could search everyone's archives, and then you could add it to like your download thing, but only if they went online would it start downloading. And even then, you might get like 10% of the one song overnight, and then just have to wait again. And I remember just used to leave the computer on all the time and like come back and check on it. And then like one day you might just have like a new, really obscure song on there, and it's like, yes, I got it. And it was just a really like niche way to share. It was like the last ditch effort for getting the most unrequested, uncommon music to people. Because like people would put up their collections, and like maybe you'd be like the only ever other person to like request that song off of them or something, you know? It was crazy. Soulseek might have been it, yeah. One of your favorite songs, a collab between Gorillaz and Andre 3000, unfortunately isn't really on any streaming services. Probably like a label dispute, copyright issue, I imagine would stop that. Autumn says, and then the song turns out to be white noise. I never really encountered that. What used to happen on Napster is people used to like take a song by a lesser known band and then rename it to like Slipknot, rare demo. And then you download it and be like, what is this? What was it? So I found this band called Cynic, and this record. I think the song was called Eurobonic Forms, and it was like it was labeled as being an obscure Dimmu Borgir song, but it was just they were just trying to trick you to get you to listen to this like technical death metal band from Florida or something. Like it was all like that. There is a person you stumbled upon Spotify called Cement City, who seems to be self-published, and they have some tunes that really bop, worth listening if you want something different. Yeah, I mean my whole list right now, I got stacks of albums I'm listening to. I just keep finding stuff. Like, I feel like every now and then the algorithm on Spotify seems to like hit a groove or something and just starts like throwing gems at you. I'm looking at this and I'm kind of feeling like I wish I could move it all up by 1 block. I hate it when that happens. It's actually, if you look at it, it's actually a pretty good height for the player to interact with here. I think I'm going to align this middle bit with lecterns and put a bunch of books in it that tell you how to set the notes. So that's something we've got to do here. This will just be a little extension over to there. I was wondering if I might rebuild this thing with the block swapper attached as well. That could probably be done, but right now, what are the next steps we need to take? I think if I'm getting a little stuck, like I think I want to do this last bit here off camera. I just got a feeling like I want to make the way it connects feel right, and I'm not sure what the best way to experiment there is. So instead of worrying about that, why don't we just continue chatting and putting down some tough blocks out here? And he's doing. Why put crying obsidian at the base of those posts and then cover it with trapdoors? Oh, so then you can't see the crying obsidian, that's why. Let's find the tough blocks. Here they are. Do I have dyes out somewhere here? And then I need lights. Oh my god, I need all of them. Procyon Eye! Almost sounds like Pokyo Eye. I poked you in your eye. Thank you for 2 months. You got your wisdom tooth surgery coming tomorrow, and the stream is a lovely way to keep your mind off it for now. Thanks for the content. Hey, thank you for the nice message, and hope all the surgery goes well. Do we call it surgery? You call it surgery, so I can call it surgery. Is it surgery? Like, surgery always sounds like getting your body cut open. You know. Not the most pleasant of thoughts, but, you know. It is what it is. Hypno coming in with a raid. Thank you, Hypno. I saw you were streaming some Hermitcraft. Nice to see you on the server. Hope you're enjoying all the vanilla Minecraft again. Peeps, tell me what Hypno is up to today. I mean, obviously Hermitcraft, but I mean, like, was he placing blocks? Was he mining them? Ugh. God, my voice just went a little bit. And now it's back. By the way, a little update on this. I'm thinking what we might do here is open up this entire area and build the master final music making machine sort of in the center, so you have like this big view down into it. But I have to build all the other musical related things first, so we should probably not worry about it too much. But I'm kind of leaning in that direction, and it means that a lot of this area out here is going to feel, I think, kind of unfinished for a while, but we'll remedy some of that today for sure. We're gonna make this area here a little bit more, air quotes, complete. Noises Matsubu is here for 87 months. Thank you so much, my dude. We also got version 8 coming in for 1 month. First time subscribing, thanks. That was like a death metal scream, really? I want to know how to do a death metal scream. Man, I'd love to know how to do that. What sort of death metal scream are we talking about, though? Like a classic Cannibal Corpse grunt. Is there a cape for the new update? I don't believe there is. I don't believe there is. Yeah, I can't do screaming. Like, I've never been able to do it. I just can't. Unfortunately. If I could, I'd probably be the kind of mad nutter who'd do it all day long. I'd certainly do it while I play guitar. I'm getting like relatively good at singing and playing. Because I just play every day, there are these songs that I'm just so comfortable with now that I've just started singing them, even though, like, I don't know, maybe it's like Strapping Young Lad, Love, and it's like Devin's sort of screaming. I don't sound anything like that. I don't even sound good, but I just keep doing it, and like, there's now like a bunch of songs where my brain is doing both things. It's just playing the bit on the guitar like I know very well, and now I'm starting to add the singing in. It's really quite nice. Like, it doesn't have to be You don't have to sing for anyone else, right? It doesn't have to be good. It's just nice to do it. It's just fun. Also, I started learning a absolute banger of a song. I don't know how I never tried to learn this song before, right? It goes a little bit like this. Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Do you know what? I bet there's a really great joke I could have made there. That is such a memeable lyric. Yeah, I was just like, why have I not learned to play that song with guitar? And as soon as I started learning to play it, I immediately, like, connected with the song on another level. I haven't listened to that song a lot over the years because Papa Roach, I was really into them when I was a depressed teenager. And so that album has this kind of, like, undertone of sadness that I can't escape when I listen to it. But there's a couple of songs on it that I don't mind. Like Dead Cell, Between Angels and Insects, Blood Brothers. I can play all four of those on guitar now. And yeah, the Last Resort is such a classic tune. And now I like know how to play it. Like you kind of see the musicianship in it. You see some of the concepts behind like what notes are being used and how the chords are arranged. You feel it on a different level once you learn to play it. And yeah, I've just been loving playing that song. Such a cool song. You love the Deftone covers. Oh, I'm glad you do. Favorite Deftones song to play at the moment is Elite. Because that song just goes hard and just keeps going. I like playing that one. You became a bigger Papa Roach fan after seeing them perform live. Awesome, yeah. I was in from day one. I think like right as I was discovering NWA and Metallica was when that song dropped on MTV, and I remember my sister like pulled me into the room and was like, I think you'd like this song, and I was like, yeah. And then they sort of like became my favorite band for a moment in time. I had a hoodie. I had like their original Infest album on a hoodie. I used to listen to that album non-stop. I've actually got a limited edition of it where they put it inside of a tin case instead of a proper CD. And I don't think I've particularly looked after that thing very well, but I've still got it. It's like a not rusty, but like a bit of a worn down tin case with this cockroach on its back on the front of it. Like if you're like a fan, it's probably like a bit of a collectible to have, I'd imagine. But yeah, I just went down to, what was it, Virgin Records back then, and like there it is. Like back then, you used to go into the record store and like there'd just be metal CDs everywhere because nu metal was so big. You know, it had Limp Bizkit and Korn, and there was that Papa Roach, and I was like, I want that, and I got it. Do I like Korn? I love Korn. Korn are amazing. They're one of the bands that still get me going. When I see them live later this year, I am going to flip out and jump in the mosh pit. I know it. I absolutely know it. And I will love it. And I'll have the greatest time. Powerful nostalgia. Yeah. Definitely nostalgic. But for me, like, not like nostalgic, it's like, it's interesting to me now because nostalgia used to make me like really bluesy, but I've just over time become such a forward-thinking person. Like I like to look forward. I like to look forward to the next thing and make plans for the future and enjoy what's coming. And then when it's here, like make the most of it. I don't get caught up on yesterday and the past and stuff anymore. I remember like I used to get all choked up watching Metallica play live at Seattle in 1989 and being like, oh, I've born in the wrong generation, man. And like, it's these feelings don't help you. Always eat your veggies, X. You know it's the band? What's the always eat your veggies thing? Is it Quorn? The brand Quorn. I once saw someone wearing a t-shirt in the Quorn font with the word Quorn, and I was just like, meme. That is a straight meme. Oh, corn, as in corn being a vegetable. Got ya. I'm a couple steps behind you. Chat pile, they were very inspired by corn. I'm not really, I don't think I've heard them. I mean, inspired by corn, though? You got me interested. Your 7-year-old loves Down with the Sickness. He giggles his head whenever he hears the ooh wah. That's awesome. I can play that song on guitar. I'm going to practice that one today, actually. I haven't practiced that in a minute. That one I was learning a while ago. That's probably one of those ones where, because it's from my youth, I would have a much better time remembering the words and could probably learn to do the whole sing-play thing eventually. But you have to just, yeah, you just have to play that song every day if you want to sing-play. It's like you just keep, you do it over and over and over again. And then at some point, it's like, it just becomes muscle memory. And then you can do the like sing-along bit. It's like your arms are just in motion and now you're just singing along. I've listened to Pierce the Veil. I didn't get pulled into their music. Lord Vax says, I'm sure you've heard the hype around Angie Deportween. What's your thought on their music? I'm not that big on it. I think a lot of people are getting excited hearing microtonal stuff for the first time. But I think they got potential, and they have parts of their songs that I really like, but the whole playing on the loop pedal thing is really impressive, but like structurally every song becomes like a bit of a repetitive drone that like builds and builds and builds, and I don't know, I feel like that structure kind of wears on me pretty quick when I listen to them. So like one to keep an eye on for me. And they got a new album coming out, like, in a week or two, I think. I put it on my calendar. There's a bunch of new records coming out. There's always records coming out. I'm excited, though, because it feels like there's a whole bunch of stuff, you know. Week after week or whatever. Let's go get some more tough for this job. And clear out the inventory a little bit. When are you guys going to do a hermit band? I hinted when we were hanging out over there the other day. I was just like, yeah, you know, maybe we should collaborate at some point. Or what did I say? I think I said we need to find a way to collaborate. Like, I'm down to do it. It's just, I don't know. Everyone's got to hit the same wavelength, you know? Is this job tough? It's a tough job. It's a job for tough. That was yesterday. It was actually just yesterday, wasn't it? Yeah. You are correct. It was yesterday. Right. Ugh, mouth burps. Apologies. Shulker boxes, we're done with those. We use them for redstone thingies. I think I need more glass, so we'll chuck in more sand, and then we'll have to make some more fuel. And we came over here to get tough, so don't forget that either. You vote on B-dubs to sing. Ooh. That would be cool. I think I feel, you know what, this smelter over here, it's powered by a copper golem. And earlier I just chucked the sand straight in here. I do actually get the golem to do the job a lot of the time. I just want to say that, like earlier, I did it this way. I'm doing it right now. I know the copper golem X, they say. They only get 7 stacks. I thought I got 8. But I do actually quite often just use the copper golem up here. You get what you mean. The technicality is really impressive, but you found yourself getting bored really fast too. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say so much bored, just I wasn't enthralled by... Like, there's definitely, like, riffs in there. Like I said, like, the structure of the droning. There's, like, riffs and things that come together really well, but it's off the back of, like, hearing it get there at a slow pace over and over again. So, like, watching the live shows is really cool. Because you're like seeing it happen and realizing how clever it is. But then when you're just listening to it as a record, it becomes a bit like monotone and just like drony. And I wasn't the biggest fan of that at that point. Not the biggest fan. It's like building up to a drop that never happens. What happens is I feel like each song has that stride where all the layers are there together and it's like going full throttle, and that bit can sound really good. But yeah, there isn't any like breaks or twists, changes of pace, lulls. It's just like every song sort of builds up and builds up and builds up and then drops off. And yeah, that kind of hindered it for me. Hindered it, you know. Aren't there like 3 drummers on Hermitcraft? Do I count as a drummer? I was earlier this year. I was doing a little bit of practicing on it again. At some point in time, I feel like it might help to like really segment, like have a room dedicated to instruments and music and like all the production and stuff, and just like separate this from that, and then I might start like finding the moment to play drums again. But it's like with piano and guitar, the drums are just too much. But I've got to learn it again. Whenever I get to the end of the writing process for my album, I want to get back into playing the drums and then go over every drum beat like that I've written and think about it from like a drummer's perspective. I think that would like do a lot of the stuff I've been writing a world of good. Heart Gamer says, what are all the instruments you can play? You know, if I practice drums, I could call myself a drummer. Not a good one, but like I know the fundamentals and stuff, right? A guitarist. I don't think a guitarist makes you a bassist, but like it makes you feel like you could play bass. I play the piano / keyboard / synths, you know. But like a lot of those skills can just translate. Like I remember my mum used to have a saxophone, and I would just like pick it up and start playing it. And like once you figure out what a few of the notes are, you just keep going, and now you're just jamming and making sound. Like I think being like playing an instrument, I think the level of entry is way lower than you think it is. We got Daryl's here coming in for 3 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Tanisha, thank you ever so much for the raid. I appreciate it ever so much. And I hope you had a great stream doing whatever you're up to today. I'm guessing hardcore world, right? For the peeps that do not know Tanisha, she's got an amazing world, amazing Minecrafter, and I'm sure at some point we'll probably send you over there. I have something to share with all of y'all as I place blocks here. I composed a song. We're going to listen to it. It's inspired by C418 Minecraft music disc. Let's go. Is that loud enough? I'm making it loud. Oh look, it's the first one on the screen. Isn't that something? I apologise for the obnoxious desk sound. Sending you to sleep, hopefully in a good way. Yeah, if you want to hear this in full, peeps, it's on my second channel. And it's on the Hermitcraft world as well, I guess. I'm seeing people liking it in chat, that's good to see. Maybe it'll encourage you to check out some of the Soulside Eclipse music too. Chat's loving it. Love to see it. Love to see it. You heard it on Impulse's stream, yeah? Played it with Impulse, that was lovely. Hear those little stabby strings? Staccato strings in the background. I love that. That's in some of C418 songs. So I knew like that instrument's gonna come in well. Will I make more C418 style music? I don't know, man. I gotta catch some inspiration and see where it takes me. I think I would I'd like to experiment a little bit more with the electronic side of some of the sounds he's created. But I don't think my goal will ever be to like make another record disc, but it crossed my mind, if I make the right thing unintentionally, it could, this is another place like a sound could go. Love that. Hits. Did you hear that like little frilly ambient sound as it built, like swelled up there in the background? Little things like that, they can go such a long way. Now we're going to hit you with the feels. Piano sounds so beautiful, doesn't it? And then we land it. Peeps, that's going to be it for me and my live stream today. It's time for me to take a break from the computer, play some guitar, maybe have another cup of tea. We'll turn off the music there. I need to raid someone. I had it on my screen a second ago. Let's see. I'm going to send you over to Autism Father. I haven't seen Autism Father online at the same time for a long time. So go enjoy whatever Autism is up to. And as they say, have a great rest of your day. I will see you again soon. Probably Thursday. Probably Thursday. I know the weekend might be different, so it's touch and go. But yeah, probably Thursday. Thank you, everyone, peeps. Enjoy the raid and take care. Bye-bye.